Joining us now is Paul Beckett, assistant editor at the Wall Street Journal. Thank you for being with us, Paul. Every time we see the pictures of Evan, it's so enraging, and I know everybody just wants him to come home. Do we have any update on how he's doing, the condition that he's in? Has anyone at the Journal been able to actually talk with him?
Thank you, Brian. So, Evan has held up the whole year remarkably well. He's really an extraordinary young man, and the one-year marker gives us a moment to think of him with real awe, because he has not just survived, but really kept his equilibrium this whole year by exercising, by writing letters, by meditating, by doing yoga, by reading, by doing all the things he can for 23 hours in a small jail cell, and the other hour is in a small courtyard where he basically gets to walk 6 paces in a square. So he has done remarkably well under very tough conditions. We do get to see him, our lawyers get to see him once a week. Ambassador Lynn Tracy, U.S. ambassador to Moscow, sees him occasionally. So we do have eyes and ears on him. And we do get letters, so we're confident that he's all right, but all right under tough circumstances.
Yeah, certainly tough circumstances. When you see that Putin is becoming more and more comfortable with the brutality, it seems. I mean, whether it's Prigozhin or Navalny, this terrorist, I mean, obviously, again, we don't have sympathy for terrorists, but to see that they cut part of the ear off and then made him eat it, I mean, does that make you worry even more for Evan in this moment that we're in history?
If we needed any more urgency, I suppose we've got it from all these hideous examples. But I think what we're seeing in Evan's case, and in the case of Paul Whelan, of course, is hostage-taking. It's taking people prisoner in an effort to trade them for something that Russia wants. And in this case, there's 2 innocent men in Russia, and I hope they will be traded, but they will be traded for Russians who have been found guilty in the West and will return to Moscow.
Yeah, I think that's what we all hope for. I want to play a soundbite. Tucker Carlson obviously did that interview with Putin where he asked about Evan. It came up during the interview. Let's take a listen and then we'll talk about it.
There is no taboo to settle this issue. We are willing to solve it. But there are certain terms being discussed via special services channels. I believe an agreement can be reached.
So when he says he believes that an agreement can be reached, I mean, are there any indications of a deal that could be on the brink?
Yeah, it'd be very nice if he followed through, followed his words with actions that would get Evan back. We do understand there are conversations ongoing. We saw back in December the United States made an offer for Evan and for Paul Whelan, and it was rejected by the Russians. We know there have been other attempts since then, and that the U.S. government is still making efforts to find a way through this puzzle, but it would be great if President Putin could follow his words with actions.
Is there anything specifically that the Wall Street Journal can do in terms of the negotiation? I mean, obviously, you know, it's the State Department, it's the American government that does these kinds of negotiations, but is there anything, I mean, it's a big organization, everybody knows the Wall Street Journal. Is there anything that they could be doing more to help move this along?
Well, we understand that this will be solved ultimately by government-to-government negotiations, but we do firmly believe that keeping Evan in the spotlight, making sure he's not forgotten, making sure that more and more people, as time goes on, know who he is, that is vital in setting the scene for those negotiations to happen. So it's not just us, of course. We've been grateful to so many news outlets, NewsNation included, who have paid attention to him and made sure that he's kept in the spotlight as his ordeal trundles along. So that's our main focus, is trying to make sure he doesn't slip down a list of priorities so that we can get a deal done.
Yeah, and you certainly made a strong statement. We see the front page of the paper there. with the big blank area. And I think every journalist and every network and every newspaper has an obligation to continue to cover this story because it's one of our own, and everybody's just out trying to do their job every day, and that's what Evan was doing. So we'll, of course, stay on it, and I hope everybody else does too. Paul Beckett, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.